and I've got to ask you this, because everything for me, and I think Papa Bear over here can speak about that as well. You'll get there, son, you'll get there. But, literally, there's a before and after with my kids and I. And then I had a second, and there was another before and after. You're like, oh, my word. But everything changes. Within you now, when you write, who are you writing for?
Yeah, that's a good question, because everything you do now is with them in mind, with the kids in mind.
They're going to listen to this 20, 30 years
There's a legacy there,
now.
so that's why I always saw music as a legacy. It's something you leave behind for your kids. So I've always had that in mind, but now even more so, having seen him, his name is Arend.
Arend.
So, yeah, I'm hoping he soars on my music and or plays rugby, you know.
But that's incredible, because, I mean, you will ask any parent out there, and they will tell you, you know, the things that used to matter and that carried a lot of weight before having kids almost seem kind of mediocre and meaningless.
Everything turned black and white after he got born, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Everything else kind of faded into background, and he becomes the focus.
It's funny that you say that, because I've been dying to speak to someone who was at the Rugby World Cup final, but we didn't have time with Cheslin, about Aaron Smith having a moment with his little boy. I think Luke is his name.
Wow.
And they just tracked these broken faces of Sam Whitelock and these guys. You can imagine how they were disconnected from reality to survive the intensity of that moment. Then it drifted down to Aaron Smith sitting with his boy, smiling, just happy, just joy, because his little boy was just so happy to be there, with his dad. And that to me, it was like, okay, now I understand everything. What are you going to perform for us to shut this?
This song is called Weskus Wyn, and I've spoken about it. That's the new one, the latest one, and it's written in the Weskus, in the West Coast, next to a campfire. It's such a delic song, and I hope it causes people to go to the West Coast and visit.
To move to Cape Town.
Buddy, that's where I proposed to my wife. That's how much it meant to me, dude. So I get the West Coast energy.
It happens. Music, love, everything.
Property developers, you can send us our commission. It's all the residents of the West Coast. We're sorry, man, if there's an influx of people living there, but at least the sound check proves just how much you're going to add to that Weskus community, man. So thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for having me.
Take it away, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Let's do it. Len Muller.
Enjoy.
Weskus Wyn, soet vir die siel, ons kan nou verdwyn, maar ek kom vir ons, maar ek sal hier bly, so gee my net 'n bietjie meer van jou. Weskus Wyn, soet vir die siel, ons kan nou